Hello and welcome to another great week on the Jet Set. Coming up on today's show, Letitia Barr is joining us to share creative ideas to keep your teens engaged over the summer.
And I've got your travel inspiration coming up on the go.
And I've got the travel headlines that have us talking. All of this and much more is about to take off right here on the Jet Set.
Welcome aboard. Are you ready to go? Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to travel, food, fitness, and everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. It's time to Jet Set.
It's time to plant the seeds of travel news on this week's edition of Here's This, powered by TravelPulse.com. American Airlines told its flight attendants not to serve alcohol to customers in the main cabin until at least September. Now, American joined Southwest Airlines, which announced a similar policy earlier. Quote, over the past week, we've seen some of these stressors create deeply disturbing situations on board aircraft. And let me be clear, American Airlines will not tolerate assault or mistreatment of our crews, said their Vice President of Flight Service, Brady Burns. Now, both carriers said that the rising number of physical incidents among passengers and more disturbingly between passengers and crew members has grown more violent basically since the mask mandate has been in place, but really since the CDC has said if you're vaccinated you don't need to wear a mask, but when you're in the airport and on airplanes you still need to wear them. So now we're just, all at each other's heads here.
It's a mess and everyone forgot common sense and decency. I just flew across country. First leg out there, I was in coach. Everyone was fine. When coming back...
Hold on, did you hear that, everybody?
I was.
Nikki was in coach.
I was.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
I booked it last minute. Couldn't have a drink, couldn't have my Bloody Mary. No. Then came back on 6F, had my Bloody Mary.
What a hard life.
But I thought it was very interesting. So business class, yes, I can have cocktails.
Yeah.
Back of the bus, no. But I didn't see anyone, like when we flew Southwest, have to get escorted off the plane for refusing to wear a mask. But I just also feel like it keeps changing all the time. So it's like, wait, I can here and I can there. And I also think that just people are over it.
I think they're over it too. I mean, I don't know. At this point, to me, it's weird when you encounter people who are not wearing a mask. Like, I just went to a big retail store where there's a huge sign that said, if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask. But everyone in the store was wearing it. And it's a store that you would think no one would be.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like that's really surprising.
But I think we also have to normalize, like, we are all getting back to life and let's be cool about the shaming and the staring and the things. I need everybody
And you still gotta follow the rules. You know that when you get on the airplane, you gotta wear the mask.
Yeah.
You know when you're in the airport, you gotta wear the mask.
Yeah.
So just wear the mask.
Nobody likes it. I don't like it.
Like, just...
Yeah. But it's not gonna be for much longer. I don't think so.
But like, so the lady that punched the Southwest flight attendant in the face that caused her to lose 2 teeth, that argument was over her fastening her seatbelt.
People, come on, everybody. Let's be cool. We all want to see our families and our friends and go to the weddings that we couldn't go to last year, so let's be cool.
All right. Well, we can be cool in Disneyland because Disney CEO Bob Chapek said that in a recent press conference, he believes Disney World and Disneyland will reach full capacity this fall. Now, according to the New York Post, they revealed that during JP Morgan's virtual tech and media conference, the theme parks have already started to increase their capacity and ease COVID-19 related restrictions. But some of those restrictions will still remain in place at least through September.
So how soon can I take Samantha to Disneyland? I am so excited.
You can go now.
I'm so ready to go.
Disneyland, yeah, you can go now.
I go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I'll be there for the holidays. Do you want to come with us? Are you a Disneyland kind of person?
I mean, I can do a Disney like once a year. I mean, to make it much easier. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with more of the Jet Set. After a year of being stuck at home, Americans are more eager than ever to get back to traveling this summer. Joining us today to talk about summer travel and how to stay on budget is travel expert Dayvee Sutton. Thanks for joining us, Dayvee.
Thanks for having me.
So how excited are Americans to start traveling again?
You know, vacations are actually the #1 activity people are looking forward to this summer. A new survey from the Buy Now, Pay Later provider Affirm found that 75% of those surveyed plan to go on at least one summer vacation.
So with demand, are prices higher too?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Demand for travel is up, and so are the prices. And that's because people are so eager to travel. And there are new options, payment tools that people should take advantage of so that they don't stress out and overextend their budget. I recommend Affirm. I've partnered with them because they can help you stay in control of your finances by letting you spread out the cost of flights, hotels, and other travel experiences into bi-weekly or monthly payments with interest options as low as 0%. And that's different than using your credit card because you know exactly what you're going to pay for upfront. Affirm never charges late or hidden fees. And you can find Affirm on some of your favorite travel booking sites that you already use, like Expedia, Vrbo, Priceline, Delta Vacations, so many sites that are available. And you can book your travel now and then pay back at a pace that you're more comfortable with.
What other tips do you have to stay on budget?
Okay, so as you know, Nikki, the most expensive part of your travel will likely be the flight. So if you book early, as early as you can, and choose midweek flights, those rules still stand to help saving you on your budget. There was a study from Cheapo Air that found that the best booking window is 3 weeks to 3 months before your trip. And then of course, traveling on a Tuesday or Wednesday rather than the weekend will not only be cheaper, but it's less crowded. And then there are a lot of moving parts right now when it comes to traveling. So it's important to be prepared, stay flexible, research the local guidelines for the destination that you plan to visit. An easy resource for that is to visit their tourism board's website for that destination. And then remember, for international travel, if you go abroad, you must pass a negative COVID-19 test before re-entering the US, even if you're vaccinated.
Where can we go for more information?
To learn more about paying overtime for your travel, visit affirm.com.
Thanks for joining us, Dayvee. We have to take a quick break, but we've got lots more of the Jet Set still to come. As parents with teenagers look ahead to summer break, many are wondering how they're going to fill their kids' time. Tech-savvy mama Letitia Barr is here to share fun ways to keep your teens engaged and, yes, still connected this summer. Hi, Letitia.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
As the tech-savvy mama, how do you plan to keep your teens engaged this summer?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to say to all families out there, don't freak out about technology use. I'm a mom of 2 high schoolers. I have a sophomore and a senior, and I'm also a middle school computer science teacher. So I know it's easy to freak out, especially after the year that we've had. Many parents are tempted to do a digital detox, a digital reset after virtual and hybrid school. But there are some good reasons to allow teens to use screens and social media this summer.
How can parents use technology and social media to their advantage?
That's a great question. So a recent Common Sense Media study found that of the 14 to 22-year-olds surveyed, 53% of them said social media was really important for staying connected to family and friends, especially during social distancing. So we know technology can have many benefits to teens, including socialization, access to news, freedom of expression. It can even increase exposure to the world and promote interest in different cultures and experiences. So one platform that can connect teens and give them these really rich experiences is Yubo. It's the leading platform for Generation Z to socialize online. It has a really broad reach of over 50 million users who are in more than 40 countries. So it helps broaden teens' horizons and their connections to young people around the world by letting them meet new people, discover new cultures, learn new languages, and practice languages that they may have been learning in school. And it also, it goes to the self-expression by allowing them to express themselves through live streams. So I see Yubo as a way that young people can connect their reality and social media as they make new friends online and just have fun this summer.
Do you have any other tips for us?
I do. As tech savvy mama, I have a lot of parenting and technology tips. And first of all, for parents, it's really important to mentor, not monitor what your kids are doing online, and set a good example by using your own behavior. So model the kind of behavior you expect to see in your kids. Don't be contradictory by telling them to put their phones down at dinner and then you sneaking glances at the dinner table yourselves. Kids always pick up on that, and it's never a good idea. So model the behavior you want to see, first of all. But secondly, as parents, we're always really concerned about safety of our kids at all ages, whether in real life or digitally. So let them know about ways they can protect themselves. And one way to do that, summer's a great time to create a space where kids know they can come to you for anything that may be questionable, whether online or in real life. So in terms of digital tools, we want to look at those built-in safety measures on social media platforms that our kids are using. So Yubo is great for that. They have a lot of built-in safety tools on the app. More than 90% of the users are between the ages of 14 and 18, but users are separated by age. So this allows users to make new friends that are the same ages as them, and then also they can connect according to interest. So those are some really great ways that kids can be safer naturally through a platform.
Where can parents go for more tips and information?
For more information about Yubo, you can go to yubo.live. And for more information about technology and parenting and also education, visit my website, techsavvymama.com.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
After a year of social distancing, the dating landscape has shifted in unexpected ways. A recent survey from Bumble is revealing how the pandemic has shaped the way that people will be dating this summer and beyond. Joining us now to discuss is the head of editorial content at Bumble, Claire O'Connor. Hello, Claire.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
What does the recent survey from Bumble suggest about the future of dating?
Yeah, I think that dating has changed for the better. And this is not just post-pandemic, positivity. This is data. We have found that, more than half of our community has done what a lot of us have done, which is take a lot of time to think and be alone in the beginning of COVID, especially, and think about really what they want in a relationship, whether it's casual or serious. So, more than half of folks are saying that they're less willing to compromise on what they want from a relationship than before. And I think that's, a really positive step.
Do you have any tips on how to update your profile to get the most out of your dating experience?
Sure. Yeah. So the first thing I would suggest as we go into the summer of love, as we're calling it, a lot of people are calling it, is to seasonalize your profile. So go and make sure that your photos aren't all of you in the snow or skiing, drinking hot chocolate. Get you out there hiking, playing volleyball, walking your dog. Make sure that first photo on the Bumble profile is showing your face, close crop, your eyes are showing, you're smiling, you're looking warm and open, and there's no crazy filter making you look like an alien.
What are some creative and non-traditional first date ideas?
Yeah, well, we all had to get really creative during the course of the pandemic, and our community has been so resilient. We're so impressed with them. I think, other than, of course, lots of fun ways to spice up a virtual date. So whether that's both of you ordering from the same chain restaurant in your town at the same time, enjoying dinner, we've seen a lot of that. It's very cute. But, a lot of us had to spend many months just going on long walks and being outside. That was all we could do. So we're seeing our community really embrace that. And I think it's wonderful that instead of feeling like you have to go to a bar or restaurant on a date, you can go on a hike. You can go to your local park. You can go walk dogs together. I think that's going to be something that we see going forward, especially in the summer.
Where can we go for more information?
Well, first download Bumble wherever you would download any app. But then we have a whole kind of hub dedicated to how to get back out there after the pandemic at bumble.com/finally.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Summer 2021 is here, and it's safe to say that people have never been more excited to enjoy the season. Here to share some of her beauty must-haves to help us thrive this summer is lifestyle expert Emily L. Foley. Welcome, Emily.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
As a beauty expert, what's one beauty product that you won't leave the house without this summer?
This is such an easy question for me to answer because sunscreen is a beauty must-have 365 days a year, not just in the summer. It doesn't matter what the weather is. We need to protect our skin. Broad spectrum sunscreen is a way to do it to protect from UVA and UVB rays. But of course, I know people are in the sun more than ever in the summer. So I have one of my favorite sunscreens here with me today. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30 Sheer Tint. This is a great daily face sunscreen because it's lightweight, 100% mineral sunscreen, so it's safe for even sensitive skin, and it actually provides a sheer tint that blends really well with most skin tones. I also love that it's sun care and skin care. This has important skincare ingredients like 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide in it, as well as that SPF 30.
With things opening back up, many people are putting makeup on for the first time in a long time. Do you have any tips on getting back to good makeup habits?
Yes, and that is washing your makeup off your face at the end of the day. We should never go to sleep with makeup on our face. But what a lot of people don't realize is that liquid cleansers can actually leave up to 30% of our makeup still on our faces, especially that stubborn eye makeup. So professional makeup artists, beauty experts like myself, we turn to the Neutrogena makeup removing cleansing towelettes because they remove even the tiniest traces of makeup to make sure that you can have your healthiest possible skin. And everyone knows I love a good double cleanse. For the cleanest, healthiest possible skin, you should use a wipe first and then cleanse your skin.
A lot of people are headed on vacation or just out and about wearing summer fashions and probably showing some more skin. Do you have any suggestions to make sure our skin is in tip-top shape and looking its best?
Absolutely. And I love a product that's easy to use but delivers big results. And that's exactly what the Olay Premium Exfoliating Body Wash Collection does. My favorite is the exfoliating and moisturizing body wash because it's made with sugar and cocoa butter. It just massages away those dead skin cells, leaving your skin super smooth. It's gentle enough to use every day, and it's full of moisturizing ingredients like a vitamin B3 complex and petrolatum, which is dermatologists' #1 recommended moisturizer. So you know this is going to nourish your skin so well. So it's going to leave your skin smooth. It's going to leave your skin healthy looking and radiant. And all you have to do is wash in the shower. So that's a big win-win in my book.
Where can we go for more information?
You can follow me on Instagram at Emily L. Foley for more info on all these products and plenty of other beauty tips and tricks.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks for having me today. Bye-bye.
We have to take a quick break, but we've got lots more of the Jet Set still to come. As we head into the busy 4th of July weekend, do you have any travel plans? Travel expert and Jet Set correspondent Jeanenne Tornatore is back now with some last-minute ideas for celebrating this midsummer holiday in some of our top U.S. cities that are reopening and ready to make a comeback. Welcome back, Jeanenne.
Great to be here.
So can you give us some of your highlights? I'm ready to get away for the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, well, interestingly, according to a recent survey, 77% of Americans said that they plan to travel this summer. So again, we just keep seeing these numbers that show that people are continuing to get out there. And 4th of July, always one of the biggest weekends of the summer for travel. So yeah, I want to take you to some of our best city escapes as these cities are starting to reopen. Look, I'm going to first take you down south to San Antonio. I love San Antonio. It's such a great family escape. And there's really so much going on from water parks to theme parks. You've got SeaWorld, Six Flags, Splashtown, all open for summer. When it comes to culture and history, you have the San Antonio Art and Museum of Art. You have the Missions National Park. You just can't go wrong. And look, plenty of great places to stay. I would point you to a little bit outside the city, the JW Marriott San Antonio Hill Country Resort. This one is fantastic. And if you haven't been to Texas Hill Country, you're really missing out. Look, this resort has a 1,200-foot lazy river, water slides, a sand beach pool. They even have a kids' night out, jumbo backyard games. So again, perfect for that family escape.
All right, I'm definitely in San Antonio, especially with some escapes from the heat and the sun. Go do some of that stuff indoors. Now, I hear you also have some picks in New York City.
Right. So we've been hearing a lot about New York City. When's Broadway going to reopen? And I think a lot of people are just really anxious to get back to one of America's favorite cities. And look, when you're looking for a place to stay, you kind of can't go wrong with New York. There's so many great hotels. One of my personal favorites is the New York Edition. This is right in the Flatiron District. So again, it's just one of the best parts of the city, in my opinion, with so many great landmarks right out your door. But what I also love about it is literally when you step inside the doors of this hotel, you just feel like a complete respite from the city.
Now, you also say we should be checking out San Francisco and Chicago. Tell me about those.
Yeah, well, let's go to the West Coast, San Francisco. Look, San Francisco has a lot going on over July 4th weekend. Now, if you're looking where to stay, I would point you to right in the heart of the city. You have the W San Francisco. This is one of those beautiful modern hotels with unparalleled views of the city. So you can't really go wrong staying in a room here. You just get amazing views of the San Francisco Bay. So again, staying in the heart of the city, I think is really the way to go in places like New York and San Francisco.
And then in Chicago, I actually stayed at the W in San Francisco. It's beautiful. And then how about your hotel pick for Chicago?
Where I would point you to stay here is the Chicago Marriott Magnificent Mile. I love this because you walk out the front door, you're right on Michigan Avenue. You walk out the back door of the hotel and you're right in the heart of the River North neighborhood, which is just one of the most fun, vibrant areas of the city as well.
Jeanene, where can we find out some more information?
Well, if you're looking for those summer deals, I would point you to Marriott Bonvoy Escapes. Now, check this out. Every Wednesday, they have a 5-day sale where they have deals for the upcoming weekend. So go to marriottbonvoy.com/escapes. Best place to find those hotel deals.
Okay, I'm going to be doing that literally the second we finish the show. Thank you so much for joining us, Jeanene.
My pleasure.
Caregiving may be one of the greatest acts of selflessness, but more than 3/4 of those providing care say the decision set them back on a variety of fronts, according to Fidelity Investments' recent American Caregiver Study. Stacey Watson is the Senior VP of Life Events at Fidelity, and she joins us with more on the study's findings. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What did the study reveal about the impact events of the past year have had on caregivers?
Caregiving's always required a big time commitment, but the past year increased that dramatically. Just listen to these stats. Caregivers for adults spent nearly 30 hours a week, and for children, over 60 hours. And most people say it's something they want to do despite all the challenges, but the added hours and the pandemic overall just really amped up their stress. And as a result, nearly 80% said the decision to caregive set them back on multiple fronts like finances, career, social life, and even mental health.
What are some challenges caregiving can have on one's career? And any suggestions on how to possibly improve the situation?
It's really hard to find balance, and many people decide to take a career break. And yet, of those who do, over half say they were away from work longer than they expected. And then when they returned, they took a 40% pay cut on average. And then there are all these hidden costs like a missed promotion or lost contribution to retirement savings. But the good news is that many employers now offer caregiving benefits like greater flexibility or financial or emotional support. And while many people are hesitant to ask, those who do find that their employer may be willing to make accommodations. So you may have more options than you think. And for people making this decision, you can find all kinds of tools and resources at fidelity.com/caregiving.
Thanks, Stacey.
Thanks for having me.
Ready for the latest gaming news? Andrea Smith has it straight from E3 2021.
Here's the latest from E3 2021.
The Samsung Neo QLED TV is designed for gamers with a frame rate of 120 frames per second and incredible clarity and contrast. Play compatible PC games in either a wide aspect ratio or an ultra immersive ratio. Put yourself in the middle of the action with the TV's game object tracking sound. OtterBox has gotten into the gaming accessories space and announced the Power Swap Controller Battery. It's a wireless rechargeable battery for Xbox gaming gaming controllers that you swap out while playing.
In other tech news,
PowerA's Fusion Pro 2 wired Xbox controller for Xbox and PC has customizable pro-level features that will help take your gaming to the next level. For gaming audio, the Lucid Sound LS15 wireless gaming headsets for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC have superior comfort and sound quality for those intense gaming sessions.
for more, go to d6news.com/E3.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye! Hiking, food.
You can do the hiking. I'll do the food.
I'll meet you back at the gastropub.
That sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
I mean, I'll just be there all day. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner while you're doing the hiking thing.